Hi, guys. It's Dr. George here for Tucked In Tuesdays. I know I put it on today because I kind of been busy a little, but I'm here nonetheless. And I have two books tonight. Let me get my regular page up so that I can see the people that's on my regular page. I have two books tonight. The first book is Goose Goes to School, right here. And this is an AR book, so I'll be able to show you that. And the second one is How Big is a Million? And it's also, let me try to turn this way. And this is also an AR book. So we have two AR books, and let's see who we have comments from. Hi, Mike. How are you? Yes, I'm really a dinosaur. Look at that, Mike. Look at that. So hi, Aubrey, and Pop Pop. Hello, hello. Yes, two books for the dinosaur. So hello, two AR books. So if you want to get this down, Ava, R, and Pop Pop, I'll put this information. But I want to, hi, Alberto, hi, Chase. But I want to make sure, and my house phone is ringing. I still have a landline. So that's probably spam, but Melvin's not here to cut it off. But I have two books, and I'm typing this information in so that we can have all the information that you need. Pardon the phone ringing, but I want to have all my information. And normally I get it in early, but I didn't because I started looking at something else, but that's okay. I'm going to get it now. So let's see who else put a comment here. I have a landline too, but use it for my facts. Make me feel real ancient there, Mike. I use my landline. I still have people that, that do use the landline, that still use landlines. So I'll wait for a couple more people to come in. But the first book, I'll get started. Goose Goes to School. And I'll go ahead and put that information up. It is an AR book. Okay. AR book. Let me see if I turn off my light. Would that help? Oh, that's much better. And it kind of dims it down a little bit. So it is an AR book by Laura Wall. And here's the AR information scrolling at the bottom. And there's the title. Let me take this off the ticker. Let me do this. Scroll across and save. Got to fix this stuff, guys. There we go. So now when I show it, there's the title scrolling. That's the AR information that stays up there. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Stanley. Hi, Sean. So our first book is Goose Goes to School by Laura Wall. And permission granted by HarperCollins. You never should read anybody's book without having their permission. Okay. What's a landline? Don't do this, Mr. Poncho. A landline is something a long time ago, boys and girls, is a phone that you would have in your house. Most of you probably have a phone that actually is cordless, but we would have one with a long spiral cord. So there, little education for Ava, Ari, and Pop Pop. So Goose Goes to School. Let's see what happens with Goose. Today, Sophie is going to school, but Goose can't come. Oh my goodness. And I have a friend, Shauna Flowers, whose little girl is named Sophie, and it's spelled the same way. Hey, Miss Flowers, the book is about Sophie. Mom says geese aren't allowed in school. So, Sophie was at my school yesterday. So Sophie packs her bag and gets ready to go. There's Sophie. Sophie and Mom walk to school. Goodbye, Goose. So there's Sophie and Mom. They're saying goodbye to Goose. But on the way to school, Sophie thinks she hears flappy footsteps behind her. There's Sophie, and look, there's Goose over here hiding. You see him? Mike. My parents have their landlines and their calls get transferred to their cell phone, and my grandmother still has her landline and uses it. Same here. Hi, Coach Bridges and fam. Hello from Coach Bridges. Hi, Coach Bridges. And when she gets to the playground, she is sure she sees a familiar face. So there she is. Look at Sophie. Look at the goose hiding back there. But it can't be Goose, can it? Mom and Geese. Mom said geese don't go to school. So there we are. Where's the where is he in this picture? I don't see him in this picture. Oh, I did. I found him. You see him hiding behind the kids? Looks like a little tail right there. Slick little goose. Sophie goes into class and finds her chair. So let's see if we can find the goose here. That's the chair. Oh, I don't think he's in this page on this page. Sophie's first lesson is the alphabet. She tries to listen, but she wishes Goose was with her. There's Sophie. A goose. But wait, what's that? It can't be Goose, can it? There's Goose right there, standing on the table. It is Goose. Quick, Goose, hide under the table. So she's helping Goose hide. The children start to giggle, and the teacher gets mad. Oh my goodness, it's Teacher Appreciation Week. I don't know if they get mad this week if that was a goose in the classroom. But when she looks around, she doesn't see Goose. So here we go. You see Goose's feet under the table? When the bell rings, everyone runs outside to play. Sophie and Goose play games. Soon the other children want to play with Sophie and Goose too. Playtime is so much fun with Goose. There they go. And at the end of playtime, Sophie goes back to class. Sophie's getting ready to go back to class. Hi, Dr. George. It's been a while since we've caught you live. Sending love, Killian and Ollie, your scholars in South Windsor, Connecticut. Hello, Killian and Ollie. Hello. And Goose flaps off to play on the swings and wait until school is over. What a nice, disciplined goose. That afternoon, everyone paints a picture. So there's everyone painting a picture, and there's Goose on the swing in the back. The teacher loves their paintings. She decorates the classroom wall with them. So they all draw pictures of Goose. After school, Sophie waits for her mom with her new friends. They ask if Goose will be back again tomorrow. What do you think, Goose? Honk, says Goose. Then he flies away. So that is Goose goes to school. Well, I say fly away. He didn't really fly away. What I meant was on the back pages, there's a goose flying. And then the author is Laura Wall. We have a picture of her there. That's the author. And she is an author and illustrator that lives beside the sea in UK. And she's won the Britain's Best Up and Coming Artist Award in 2013. She's well known for her series of watercolors, Love at the Seaside. Now look at that. And you can get more information at www.authortracker.com. So that's book number 1. Now, book number 2, I need you to bear with me just a little bit because our second book is, I'm going to put this information up here. Let's see, I'm going to put it all up there. All right. So the next book, got too much information there. This is also granted by, let's see, the Usborne books. And if you haven't used those books, I think this, yes. There are a lot of vendors that sell, and ours is Kelly Petros over in Lake Charles, Louisiana. And she helps us with a lot of donations and a lot of things. So let me go ahead and put this information up on the screen. So here's our new information, and we're going to hide this, we're going to hide this, and we're going to show this. So it's How Big is a Million by Anna Milburn and Serena Rigoletti. So here we go. AR book number, quiz number 145025. It is a fiction book. And the information is, it is a book level 2.9, which is a second grade at the 9th month, and it's a half of an AR point. So yes, Kelly, you happen to be there. Look at you. You logged on at the right time. I have one of your books. And if you want to put your information in the chat, Kelly, you can. So how big is a million? So this is our book for tonight. And it's designed by Nicola Butler and Laura Parker. Pipkin was a very small penguin who was always asking very big questions. How wide is the sea? How high is the sky? Is the moon made of cheese? But the thing he wanted to know most of all was how big is a million? So here's all the questions. But what he really wants to know is, how big is a million? He went to ask his mama, but she was busy catching breakfast. It's important to have a full tummy when you're asking such big questions. Pipkin counted the fish his mama had caught and found that there were 10. 10's a big number of fish for breakfast, he said. But if 10's this big, how big is a million? A million's more fish than you could ever eat, said Mama. A million's much, much more than 10. Pipkin thought about this for a while. He tried to imagine much, much more than 10. It's no good. I'll have to go and find a million to know for sure how big it is. Good luck, called Mama, as she watched him go. And she said that's how you can buy your own copy. So if you click that link or copy that link, that's how you can get it. Thank you for sharing that. Pipkin walked a little way and found a crowd of penguins. They were huddled in a circle, keeping warm. That's a lot of penguins, Pipkin thought. There are much, much more than 10. Excuse me, he called. How many of you are there? 100, said the middle penguin. And I'm the warmest of all. So he thought that was maybe a million, but that's just 100. 100's a very big number, said Pipkin. If 100's this big, how big is a million? A million's much, much bigger than 100, the middle penguin said. But 100 is enough to keep you toasty warm. Would you like to join us? No, thank you, said Pipkin. I have to find a million. So he's off to find, he's 10, 100. Anybody guess what the next number is? I think there's a little pattern. He set off again through the deep white snow. After a while, his feet got tired of walking. So he slid on his tummy down a long, steep hill. He bumped into a seal cub who was doing much the same thing. Then ever so quietly, it began to snow. That's a lot of snowflakes, Pipkin whispered. There are more than 100 and much, much more than 10. Do you think there are a million? No, said the seal cub, but I'm sure there are 1,000. Just what I thought. And there really were. 1,000 is a really big number, said Pipkin. If 1,000's this big, how big is a million? The seal cub wrinkled his nose. Well, he said, a million's much, much bigger than 1,000. She said she can be reached here on Facebook at CajunBookworms@gmail.com to help find the perfect book for your reader. And she does a really good job of that. Pipkin said the seal cub built a snow penguin and a snow seal cub and threw far too many snowballs to count. Then Pipkin said, I really have to go. I have to find my million. Good luck, said the sea cub. So off he went. Pipkin walked and walked and walked all around the South Pole and back home again. His toes were curled and he was sleepy all over. And he hadn't found a million of anything at all. Pipkin was a very, very disappointed penguin. He said to his mama, I found 10 yummy fish, 100 warm penguins, 1,000 pretty snowflakes, and a brand new friend, but I couldn't find a million. However hard I tried, Mama gave him a big, warm hug. Come outside, she said. I've got something to show you. Here's your million, my little Pip. You can make a wish on every single one. So while I'm waiting, what do you think it is? I'm about to open because at the back there's an envelope and the answer's in there. So do you know what it is? It's right here. But there are a million of. Let's see. I'm unfolding it. Uh-oh, I'm still unfolding it. Oh, I am still, oh, this is the coolest. Such a big poster. Jeez, having a hard time here. Look at this. I can't even see you guys. Let me turn the light on. Can you guys see what's on there? Look, can you guys see what's on there? It is a huge, gigantic picture or poster. Let me show you one bigger one. Maybe this will help. Stars. A million stars. Parents, if you buy this poster is humongous. Only way you can see a million is right here on this big poster. And you see it's stars. A million stars. I love it. Let's see who got the answer right. It was stars. It was definitely stars. But you need that poster. It's huge. So that is the end of that book. And what a nice surprise. So I always do two things. I like to talk about the takeaway in the book. So my first book, let me go ahead and put the AR quiz information for Goose Goes to School. Quiz number 176217, book level 1.7, first grade at the 7-month, and 0.5. My biggest takeaway from this book is, I know, he said, wow. My biggest takeaway from this book would have to be that sometimes we want things because we love them, but they're not always meant to go where we go. That makes sense. As an adult, it makes a lot of sense. As a little kid, it means you can't bring your pet turtle to school unless it's bring your pet to school day. And I'm pretty sure you have to get your pet approved. Can't be slip my chicken. I can't slip my hens in my backpack because that wouldn't be right. But even though we love them and we want them around, sometimes they just can't go with you. My second one, how big is a million? So it's an AR book as well. And I'll put that information up there. And that's where Kelly put that information up about this book, where you can buy the book there. I'll put it up there. You guys, please support her because they support Tucked In Tuesdays. My biggest takeaway from here is sometimes we always want more. We always want more. But is more always best? Because as long as I was doing the 10 and the 100 and the 1,000, I could manage it. It was manageable in a book. But I went for the big thing. A million, yes, it was nice. It's beautiful, but it's more than I can handle. So with that being said, sometimes we just need to be happy with what we have. So those are my two big takeaways from that book, 2 AR books. Thank you, Kelly, for tuning in. Hi, Ebony. Thank you, Kelly, for tuning in. That was a nice surprise. So, guys, I'll be back next Tuesday, and I'm working on a very big author, but it takes a while when authors are that busy. But, guys, remember, if nobody else tells you, Dr. George loves you. And before I hang up, if there's a teacher or an educator anywhere on this live, right? My kids made this for me for Principal's Day. Behind every child who believes in themselves is a principal who believed in them first. But if you take this principal off and put teacher, it means the same exact thing. Behind every child who believes in themselves is a teacher who believes in them first. So, teachers, thank you for everything that you do each and every day. Even on the weekends, you all are working. Kelly's also in schools as well. So glad I hopped on. Have a great night and remainder of the week. I will have a happy Teacher Appreciation Week. Guys, remember, if nobody else tells you, Dr. George loves you. Rest well on purpose, guys. See you next Tuesday. Good night.